So you're working out. You're working out and you hit those reps. One, two, three, and then you stop at the sixth rep. You feel kind of tired, but basically that was an easy workout. Yeah, I did the job, baby. I came here and I did the workout, and now I'm going home. But then you look in the mirror. It's been months, but you look basically the same as before. And you're curious. Haven't I been working out for some time? And it is true that working out requires time for it to show results. But you've been looking basically the same, and not many people have been complimenting you. The reason you look like that is because you don't train enough. So, what I want to say is in this video, I want to give you a tip, and that is to train hard enough. So, the reason you're not getting any gains or you're not getting gains fast enough is probably because you don't train hard enough. You train like a woman. Like women don't really struggle when they train, don't they? They just have this beautiful face. They have a cute face. They're doing the reps and they have this beautiful face for them. You're basically training like a woman. How men train, how men are supposed to train, or how you're supposed to train if you want to gain muscle, is you're supposed to be making like gruesome faces, like come on. Did I blow my mic up? So either it could be like this, it could be like this, like it'd be like there are many kinds of faces, and you might have seen one of these faces. And if not face, it's probably a grunt, like people who have good bodies or they have good progress in the gym. You'll probably notice them grunting very hard. Not very hard, like a drama queen, like absolutely shouting. That's kind of autistic, isn't it? Kind of socially inept people, but like just grunting because they're really training it hard. They probably make sounds like ugh, 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 like they're truly trying to pull that rep in, an extra rep in, one more rep. Not trying to scream as loud as possible to like show they're working out very hard, but they're really just genuinely working very hard, and they're not thinking of anything else. Like, what if other people look at me? What if other people heard me? They just really just work out, and what happens is they may let out sounds or faces. That is completely normal. And to be working out and still holding your voice in is kind of like you're such a good boy. Like you're at school and you're supposed to sit down and be silent, be a good boy. That's not the energy we want at the gym. We have to kind of create our own masculine persona, or like just a strong persona, that if we want to take what we want, if we want to get results, we have to focus on it. We have to kind of forget about everything else. And in a sense, we have to forget about social conventions that you might have in your mind, that we should be silent when we work out. You have to leave that behind. So you have to really put the effort in order to gain big muscle. And what it feels like, what it will feel like, is basically it will start to be painful. When I train arms, the pain is actually quite enjoyable. Like, damn, I'm probably building muscle by now. Because for example, I'm at the sixth rep and I'm still doing quite fine. Actually, it's kind of effortless. I'm just pulling down, and I kind of want to get to the hard part. Come on, let's get to the hard part. I know it's gonna come. And then I get to the 12th rep. It just happens that I'm reaching the 12th rep, and it's kind of an effort now. Like, come on, one more, one more. But it's not like super hard. And then I get to the 15th rep, and by the 14th rep, around the 14th rep, I'm taking considerably slower time doing the reps. Like before it was like this, and then it turns into, let's say I'm doing a tricep, this is a tricep, but tricep pull down with the cable thing. I'm pulling down and it's taking slower, like, and then come on, push, and it goes back up slowly, as slow as possible, and 15. Or maybe it'd just be like, 15. And then you go back, and then you want to do the 16th, right? And this is the most effort ever. Like, you won't catch me make sounds like that because this is just for the video, but I will be putting like a heinous face on my face. Like, I'll be leaving the pretty boy outside the gym. Like, get fucked. I mean, it's not the time for that, right? So I will be like struggling, and I'll be like focusing on pulling that thing down. And then the 16th will be a failure. So I'm doing it to failure. And I stop at here because I can't pull it down anymore and just release it. Boom. So when does the muscle grow? The muscle grows from the 14th muscle onwards. So I was telling you that the 14th rep was slower and it took more effort. That was because that was the point where the muscle is starting to be, well, basically, I don't know the science, it's bro science, but the muscle grows when it's starting to feel that it takes a considerable amount of effort. So of course you're doing a good thing by exercising, but the reps from 1 to 14th, which were kind of easy, it's basically just cardio. Of course, if you keep doing that for a long amount of time, at some point your triceps are gonna grow. But do you want that, or do you want it to grow faster? Like, you obviously want it to grow faster, right? If that's your primary intention, you want to look sexy. You need big arms. I mean, I'm not the best example out there, but I'm telling you from what experience I do have. And this video is kind of for people who have experience that is not as much as me. So basically, super beginners, like super duper beginners, which is fine. I mean, I'm making videos anyway. So that is what pain I mean. The pain of trying to force out a rep. And in the upper body, I find it that it is actually quite a blissful pain. It's enjoyable, and I know that my muscle will be growing. And I can usually hit it to failure, like until I can't do it again. But with legs, it's a different business. The pain I feel for example, going to the aforementioned 14th rep is excruciating. It's absolutely, oh my god, it's like I'm trying to chop off my nerves. It's so painful. I don't know why, but it's so painful, and I've seen many other people who claim the same thing, that the upper body is kind of pleasant to train, but the lower body takes so much willpower. So usually to train the legs, and you need to train legs, by the way. You need willpower. You need a conviction that you will get bigger legs. You have to do this. You must, and you will, and you are doing it. And I want you to picture evil things. I want you to bring up your darkest energy, like when your ex cheated on you, or that time when some guy like took a piss out of you, humiliated you or something. Or maybe you're just pissed off at somebody because he ignored you when you made a joke. You have to bring out all these emotions and really push that quad rep. Like, that's this rep. 1, 2, the one where you sit down and you push with your quads. That's very painful. And I have not till this point met failure. I have, though, met excruciating pain. And I feel like these dark passions and memories help me to push through that pain because it's very painful. So the basic idea of this video is if you feel like your physique hasn't improved, it's probably because you're not training hard enough. You train like a woman. And how to train hard enough is basically to reach the point until you feel pain. And I'm not telling you to break your joints and rip your tendons off and fucking break your bones and all that. But I think you know what I mean. I want you to reach failure. And of course, you need preparations. You can't just go on day one and then do 15 reps. You're gonna shock your muscle. It's fine to just for a two to 3 weeks you just train like a woman, kind of train like a woman. But then on the fourth week, your muscles are kind of ready, and they won't be shocked and they won't tear and all that. So I think you know what I mean. You need to really push forward and put in the effort for the muscles to grow quickly and big in order so that you have a sexy physique. I have been training for like some time. Well, I'm not super consistent because some reasons like money, and I haven't found a gym at sometimes because I've been moving around. But I have been training since November, kind of consistently. And you know what they said when I came home to my hometown? This guy, no, not this. They said that I look basically the same. What kind of sad feeling do you imagine I felt? So I heard this advice and I've been applying it, and I feel like it's kind of true for me. And I think I've been gaining a tiny bit of more muscle than before. But what I did realize is I see this pattern in the really buff people. So you probably know in the gym there are kind of people that have been there for so long, but they kind of look mediocre. They don't really look super jacked or super sexy or anything. Like you don't know why they're training at all, honestly. Like some people, they want to be they're fine being like big and almost fat because they're power lifters, and some people they want to look aesthetic, like they want to get a bunch of girls. But some people they just have kind of mediocre physiques that are not really in any direction. These are the people that I assume they don't really train enough. And they don't really make these faces, they don't grunt or anything. But on the other hand, I noticed that the biggest guys, they really do grunt. They grunt and they make faces, they're sweating all over, they're making a bunch of effort. So what you want to do if you want to get big muscles for real and fast, at least relatively faster, and you want to become like the big guys in the gym, you have to train until you feel pain. You have to train like a man, hit failure, and keep doing it. And you have to have the willpower to do it. That's basically it, guys.